to your learning today. Today we're going to look at something new. We're going to start looking at fractions. For this learning you'll need number rods and I'll show you them in a moment. Today you're not doing any work in your book, you're just making and talking about fractions. These are number rods and each rod has a different value. I'm going to show you how to use them to make fractions. They are in your home learning pack and you just need to cut them out. Firstly, I'm going to look at this brown rod here. So a fraction is when you have a whole and you split it into equal parts. Now I'm using my knowledge of division, and division is when we have a number and we divide it into equal parts. So I'm wondering whether fractions are something to do with division. So like I said, I'm starting with the brown number rod. That is my whole. I'm going to use the purple pieces and I'm going to split it into two equal parts. So can you see that the two rods, the two purple rods, when I put them together, they make the same length as my whole. So I've split my whole into two equal parts. If I have one of those halves, if I only have one of those equal parts, I can see that the purple rod is half of the brown rod. So that means this is my whole and the fraction is 1/2. The brown is the whole, the purple rod is 1/2. When you write down a fraction, you have to have a numerator and a denominator. The denominator is the number of equal parts that you have split your whole into. So I have split my whole into two equal parts. So my denominator is 2 and I've got one of those pieces, so my numerator is 1. What I've done now is I've put my two equal pieces back on top of my whole and then I have split the whole into 4 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I split it into 4 equal pieces, do you know what that fraction is called? Pause the video and tell your adult what you think a fraction is called when you split a whole into 4 equal parts. When you split a whole into 4 equal parts, you get quarters. So once again, I had split my whole into 4 equal parts. So that is my denominator, my number on the bottom. And I've got one of those pieces, so I've got 1/4. What do you notice about a half and a quarter? A quarter is half of a half. So when you have a whole and you split it into 2 equal parts, you get a half. And when you have a half and you split it into 2 equal pieces, you get a quarter. So I can see that the denominator has got 2 times bigger because the amount of pieces that I've got has doubled as well. What I've done now is I've put my pieces together again. I've got my whole split into 2 equal parts, which are my halves, split into 4 equal parts, which are my quarters, and now I've split it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts. I wonder what a fraction is called when you split a whole into 8 equal parts. Pause the video and have a guess. So when you split a whole into 8 equal parts, you have something called 8s. So the white pieces are 8s. because I've split my whole into 8 equal parts and I've got one of them. What do you notice about a quarter and an eighth? An eighth is 1/2 of a quarter. Can you see that I have my quarter piece and my eighth piece? And it is half of that. So once again, when you halve a fraction, the denominator doubles because the amount of pieces you get are 2 times more. Now what I've done is I have changed my whole. Instead of having the brown rod as my whole, I've now got the light blue rod. This means that the value is different. If I put my purple rods on top this time, I'm able to split my whole into 1, 2, 3. 3 equal parts. I'm wondering what a fraction is called when you split the whole into 3 equal parts. Pause the video and see if you can figure out what it's called. When you split a whole into 3 equal parts, your fraction is called a third. So once again, that denominator is 3 because that is the amount of equal pieces that I have split my whole into. And I've just got one of them. Now what I've done is I've split my whole into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal pieces. So I had my whole, I split it into 3 equal pieces, I split it into thirds, and now I've split it into 6 equal pieces. What is the name of a fraction when you split it into 6 equal pieces? When you split the whole into 6 equal parts? When you split the whole into 6 equal parts, you get the fraction 1/6 because you had 6 equal pieces and you only got one of them here. Can you see that 1/6 is half of a third? So once again, I've halved the fraction and my denominator gets 2 times bigger because the amount of pieces that I've got are 2 times bigger as well. So what I've done in that video is I've just shown you some of the ways that you can find fractions. So today, for your home learning, I want you to use the number rods and I want you to try and find the fractions that I've given you. This might take some trial and improvement. That means you try, and it might not work straight away because you've never used number rods in yellow class before. So it might take a while to find the right pieces. Remember, look at the fraction, look at that bottom number, the denominator. That's the number of equal pieces you need to split your whole into. Have a really good go, yellow class, and good luck. See you soon.